While my balls were in the fridge, I received some feedback that my recipe video wasn't very good. It wasn't very professional. My balls were too big, and when I presented my balls onto the plate, that they weren't pretty enough. So, given the fact that there's obviously some room for growth in my videos, I'm going to make it pretty. So. Hello, I'm Brendan from Stay at Home Mum, and I'm not the mum part of the Stay at Home Mum, I'm the dad part of the Stay at Home Mum, which is different because it's dad but not mum. But I work from home and do a bit of the cooking around here, and it's important that we all pitch in and give our own little share. So today we're going to do some recipe videos, and when I asked what should I make for the recipe videos, it was resounding anything to do with balls. And I'm not quite sure why that was suggested, but I've got a good story about a bloke with balls, and I'll tell you while we're making it. So what we're going to make is Tim Tam balls. It's not a stretch. Tim Tam balls, and it's got 3 ingredients, but we can't call it a 3-ingredient recipe because that would be a breach of some sort of copyright, I'm sure. But for our American friends, Tim Tams are they're an Australian delicacy, and they're actually heritage listed just like the Sydney Opera House and the Sydney Harbour Bridge. So Sydney Harbour Bridge, kangaroos, emus, the Manly Ferry and Tim Tams are all heritage listed. You can look it up if you want. So it's a really, really simple recipe that you really can't bugger it up. The funny thing is that I'm actually allergic to chocolate and cheese, so I won't be eating it, but they're really nice apparently, I hear. So all you've got to do is get yourself some Tim Tams. You can choose all sorts of different kinds of flavours now. They've got so many flavours that they've actually got a family pack of original. They've got so many different flavours, but we've gone for the original because it's always the best. So what you do, you just put these in there and you give them a little zing first. So let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, I've got to tell you my story about the guy with the balls. So once there was this guy, and he had balls, and his wife wanted him to get his balls cut out. And it was a bit of an ongoing thing in their house, and eventually he got bullied into doing it. And then, so he made the appointment, went down to get his balls cut out, and he got offered a ride, but he went, no, I'll go and do it myself. So off he went down, and he went down, and yes, apparently I hear, this guy tells me that it wasn't a very, very good scenario, and he drove himself home, and yeah, definitely shouldn't have driven himself home. So let's give these a little zing. A little bit more. Aha! It's good. It's good. Yeah. Philly cheese. Or cream cheese, or whatever. Is that what you call it? Cream cheese? Cream cheese. Cream cheese. Uh-oh.
Make sure you soften it.
It's always a helper. It's soft, look. See? Soft. Nice, isn't it? Oh, is that going to go in there? I take the lid off. Perfect. See. Right. Now we give this another little pulse, and then until it's combined. You don't want to overdo it, but you don't want to underdo it. And I don't know what that is yet. Let's try and work it out together. Get in! Is it not soft enough? Is that what's happening?
It's not soft enough.
It's pretty soft. You know how I said you...
Cut your fingers.
I'm not going to turn it on while it's got my fingers in there.
I cut my fingers last time I did that. And it went red.
That's right. Yep. No, that won't work. It won't work because it's not to do. Look, it's already formed a ball. I don't know how to get the... Oh, here's the lid. Right. Okay. Right. So, you'll see... Oh, look at that. That's combined beautifully. Look at it. It's beautiful. Right. So, once you've got it all combined just lovely, pulsed into a perfect pulp, just like that, you can now form your balls. So you can adjust the size just to suit how you like it, and then we've got to coat them in what I think is the herpes of the recipe world, coconut, because that shit gets everywhere. Oh, that's a big ball, that one right there. That's a big ball. Like that. Oh, they don't have to be exact because in reality they're always a bit different sized. I guess you could make different shapes too if you wanted to. They don't need to necessarily be a ball. You could make some different shapes. Just make any shape you like, really. But for the purpose of our exercise, we're going to make some balls. Sprinkle some coconut. So, I better stop being silly or I'll get in trouble. So there we go. Sprinkle some recipe herpes. Oh, look at that. That's come off all right. look, see? Right there. Right. There. Ah, look at that. And then what you can do, once you've got them all made to the size that you like, the size and the shape that you like, you can pop them in the fridge. Pop them in the fridge for about 30 minutes until they're firm. But look, you can firm them up to taste, and from there you can actually pop them in the freezer because they freeze really well. And then I've heard a sneaky little trick is that you can just grab one out of the freezer from time to time, to have a little bite and pop him back into the freezer. Like that. You thought this wasn't going to work, didn't you? You thought it wasn't going to work. It worked. Right. Must admit, I wasn't sure it was going to work either. Anyway, we've come together. Right. So I'll keep putting these together. We'll pop them in the fridge for about half an hour and then we'll come back and have a look how they've come together. I'll get somebody else to taste test them. Okay, pretty now. All uniform size, all smaller. We're good? Okay. These are apparently really good. They taste really good. And now that they're the appropriate size, apparently it's passable. So really easy recipe. Check it out on the internet, on the website. And yeah, enjoy. Can't eat these, but other people can.